Welcome to the podcast that's been named one of the best in the market research industry. This is Research Business Daily Report. We're the industry's only daily research video blog. And we're made possible by the exclusive community at the crowdfunding platform patreon.com/RBDR. I'm Bob Lederer for 25 years, the respected voice in market research. You know, it's never hard to find an online story that promises that if you just will read the whole thing, that you will find out some really new information. But admittedly, all too often, it does not meet expectations. GreyMatter Research and Consulting's project 6 Ways Your Survey Research May Be Misleading You, I found to be something that doesn't really offer anything earth-shaking, but it makes some important points. It says in the beginning, a lot of survey research is being conducted by and for organizations that is inaccurate and misleading. That's a big concern. And in reviewing the subject at hand, it also remarks that its concern is not data that's off by a percentage point or two. It's data where half the respondents don't read your message before evaluating it, or data that's nearly double the lifetime value of your constituents. In other words, the problems laid out by GreyMatter in this study are not minute, but in fact, quite sizable. The first 3 are omnipresent when surveys access respondents through an existing client or research agency list. GreyMatter recommends that the client and research agency, quote-unquote, understand their customer file and how it's going to be used. Most importantly, evaluate whatever portion of the database is not going to be represented in data that's going to be used for the selected project. To wit, what will be done about individuals who do not have an email address that you can access or mobile phone number being unavailable. Point number 2 suggests that after accounting for that, if there are remaining skews with respect to respondent responsiveness or representativeness, make sure you understand that because it can be statistically corrected quite easily. Next, GreyMatter promises anonymity to every respondent, and thus no GreyMatter client can link survey responses to individual customers. Assesses GreyMatter if you, as the research agency or client, are not creating this link for yourself between file data and survey data, well, you're missing half the value of what the survey information can provide. Everyone knows that very low response rates are universally understood to be a cause of response bias, but GreyMatter declared that it targets a 10% response rate whenever it does a project, and it believes that any 5% or less response rate leaves a pretty good chance of bias. Now that can be repaired, GreyMatter says, by carefully crafting invitations through multiple reminders, attractive respondent incentives, and a smooth survey experience. There are also 3 problems for surveys where potential respondents are not existing on that client or agency list. And in that case, online access panels are what the industry turns to. They are an important industry standard, but they're also problematic because of the tendencies they have toward individuals who will lie, others who will rush through a survey, others who take on a survey multiple times or even give bogus answers, and then there is the rampant fraudulent participation from bots and other artificial intelligence. GreyMatter spurs on researchers not to overlook these respondent-based troubles. The 4th correctable problem is dealing with recruiter respondents who will enter nonsensical answers to rather straightforward questions. They can be ferreted out by open-end or ringer questions. Please do so and remove them. Also, terminate those who deliberately fail to pay attention to survey instructions. Some years ago, digital fingerprinting was deemed to be the quick fix that would stop anyone from being able to take a survey multiple times. GreyMatter stresses review of every answer, line by line, looking to remove poor quality respondents who, in reality, will simply taint your data. Summing up, GreyMatter can't recommend strongly enough the advisability of timing how long a respondent spends for questions that require some reading, identifying unengaged or untruthful respondents and removing them, taking action to catch liars. Summing up, all 6 aforementioned survey headaches can and are being underemphasized, according to GreyMatter, even by very experienced researchers. All the more reason to go through the painstaking survey auditing process. That's Your Research Business Daily Report is made possible by the crowdfunding platform at patreon.com/RBDR, which is produced thanks to the interest and the support of regular viewers who watch our videos as few as one time and maybe 4 times a week. We work diligently every day to make it worth the investment that our Patreon sponsors have made in RBDR, and we want the video series to continue. So we believe that we want you to know, as a viewer that has not already become a sponsor, that if you watch RBDR once, twice, 3 times, or 4 times a week, please recognize the hours it takes for us to produce just one episode, and it might make sense to you to pitch in a little bit to continue RBDR. To those of you out there who are wrapping up your 2020 budgets, please consider us in your planning. If you viewed this report this far, it means you've devoted a valuable 5 minutes of your workday with us, and we hope that many of you will view these 5 minutes as time well spent. It's easy to visit patreon.com/RBDR, and you can register your support there. We hope you have a great research day, that the rest of your week goes swimmingly. Have a great weekend. I will, because my son is getting married, and we'll see you back here on Monday.